Oh, hi, everyone. Welcome to our very first After the Eviction Live here on Facebook. Mark, first of all, a lot of people are devastated that you were the first boot. What?
It was definitely a tough one. I'm not really sure. I guess I was considered too big of a threat that they really wanted me out, but it sucks. I definitely didn't want to go so fast.
Of course not. P.S. You can always, in the chat, send us some questions, send us some comments, and we'll share them and we'll ask them. But first, I got to know about all this, okay?
Yeah.
So you didn't just roll over and die, though, did you?
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay, so when did you know that it was like, oh, it was starting to look bad?
Yeah, so I remember getting up this morning, and everyone was just like looking a little off. So I remember talking to Kev. I said, "Look, man, like, what's going on? Like, am I out? Just let me know." And he said, "Yeah, everyone's voting against you." So it definitely hit me hard. They said everyone in the house is voting the other way. So I was talking to everyone, pretty much saying my goodbyes. I was almost just like, there's nothing I can do.
Is that where you were emotionally, though? Like, it's over?
Like, I kept trying to talk to people, but nobody would budge. Everyone's just like, we're going with the house. And I couldn't understand, like, who this house person was, because everyone was...
Who is this house of which you speak?
Yeah, there's this one person that is the house, because everyone was saying how I want to keep you, yet I have to vote you out. So, like... the boys and I, we were tearing up, like no one wanted me to go, and all of a sudden I'm talking to Gary, and we're kind of talking game very like quietly, and Ika comes up and said, did Cass say that that it was Ika and Gary that voted, that were going after you and were the villains that get me out? I was like, yeah, kind of. Gary,
did she?
And that was the thing.
Did she?
She wasn't. She absolutely wasn't. Yeah.
So it's almost like you're playing Big Brother or something.
A little bit. It was.
Okay, and then so you could see that there was an in here.
Exactly.
Okay,
it was.
Got it.
Do you know what? Ika's a very she scares the hell out of me. So.
I don't blame you. It's cool.
Yeah. So I said yes, and Gary shot up, like went to Cass. Everyone, like the entire house erupted, and here I thought like I was going home. Dallas comes up to me, he's just like, dude, you're staying, and everything absolutely changed. Like everyone was moving around trying to figure out what's going on.
But what's going through your mind at this point? Like, oh my God, maybe I did it.
Just like I think I'm safe. Like this is huge, but at the same time, like this is like a huge lie, and like it just keeps building and building. And
oh my God,
pretty soon I have Cass, Ika, Gary, and like Netta all like harping me like what's going on, and I start to panic. I'm just like trying to keep myself safe here and trying to make sure everyone's not mad at me. And we all end up having like a house meeting, trying to figure out like everyone's like,
not the dreaded house meeting.
It was petrifying. Everyone wanted to get the answer, and we were like minutes away from like someone being evicted, and all of a sudden it's going from a landslide of getting me out to like I'm going to stay, and it was absolutely insane. We never got to the point where everyone wanted to choose. We all had to end up sitting down, and everyone had to almost kind of decide for themselves who they wanted.
Oh my goodness.
It was an absolute whirlwind of emotions, from like getting up, like being upset that I'm going home, to finally accepting it, to almost staying.
You almost flipped the house.
And almost flipping the house. And
based
then,
on a lie. Well, young man, I didn't know you had it in you.
Well, neither did I. and then pretty soon getting told that by one vote, getting evicted. So it was so many emotions all at once. I just didn't know what to do after that.
Okay, this is so illuminating. You have no idea. Okay, we got a question from Melissa.
Okay.
Who do you think it was that wanted you out so badly?
Do you know what?
Great question, Melissa, by the way.
Really great question. That was almost what's like kind of brought everything together. I sat there, I was just like, do you know what? I really wonder who it is that's trying to get me out, because everyone is saying it's not them. And I was just like, it'll be cool to go home and see, but I really want to get the answer out like right then and there. And do you know what? Like Cass was definitely thrown in quite a few times, but I felt like we were so safe. Like it's so up in the air. Like it might have been Sydney, it might have actually been Gary. Like if I had to choose, I think it'd be Ika, but at the same time,
you're throwing out all kinds of names.
It was so up in the air, especially at the end, and I really have no answer for that.
Okay, we've got a question from Christine, who wants to know, do you think the new players have a chance? If so, who do you think has the best one to make it?
Do you know what? That's That's really tough. I really feel like a lot of the new players are very, very starstruck, and just by like who got nominated, you could tell that no one really wants to vote out like the veterans yet, because you know they got to watch, like all the newbies got to watch them on TV and really got to get and see them live. I feel like they're too scared to vote them out just yet. If I had to choose someone, I would love if Dylan won, but I feel like he's almost going a little too much right now, that he's definitely putting his head on the chopping block. If I had to see someone, I could kind of see Dre. She's kind of she's a little sneaky, so I could see her going far.
Well, she did vote with all the veteran girls.
Yeah.
So she might have found a way in right there.
I feel like her and Gary kind of have a really good. I feel like they are going to start working on alliance, as well as her and Will are very tight. They're the French connection. I think we were starting to call it. And I can see her going really far. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. But now I have a question then, based on what you just said. What do you think of Karen's strategy? So Karen is a super fan, clearly, who really did know everything about every veteran who walked through those doors. What do you think of her strategy to, I just want to kind of lay low, get rid of 2 new players instead of 2 vets? What do you think about that?
Yeah, she, like right off the bat, she said she wanted to make a big impact and take up like the most physical players or the biggest players in the game. And I was very confused because I figured she would have wanted to take out 2 strong, maybe veterans. You know, she said she wanted to make her mark, and I thought that would be like 2 people, like 2 men veterans, and it ended up being Greek and I, and that's where, like I said, that kind of starstruck kind of thing. Like I said, being such a super fan, I feel like she was almost too scared and wanted to keep like the veterans around. So
did you try talking to her, to Karen? Did you do like the walk up to the HOH where you say, okay, so I know you put me up, and then blah blah blah? Like, did you do that?
Yeah. She, like, I knew she put me up, and I kind of like put my case in why she should protect me. But after that, like, we really didn't see eye to eye, and we really didn't talk that much afterwards. I always knew that she was gunning for me, because after she put me up, I was definitely gunning for her. If she was the mastermind to take me out, maybe, but I don't think so. I think there's someone else in there.
Okay. Well, we've got a question from Nick. Who are the top 3 you are rooting for since you're out? So this is not who you think is going to go far in the new place, but who would your money be on? Top 3.
I really like the boys' lines that we kind of started. I really like Kev, Dallas, very outgoing. I can see him going far. And do you know what? I can see Gary. I can see Gary winning it. I can
interesting. So not just like the Dude Bros, like alliance,
but I can also see Gary. Yeah, for sure. I think he's going to go far.
Okay, so I am going to ask you about someone who you mentioned, Cindy.
Yeah.
Because I know you came into this house and you're like, I'm open to a showmance. She might have also been open to a showmance. It seemed like she was quite taken with you. Tell me about that relationship.
Do you know what? She's an awesome girl. When she wants something, she definitely fights for it. Yeah, do you know what? We had a lot of fun in the house. She could definitely tell that I was very shy to the relationships, and she definitely liked to have fun with that. But no,
like, what do you mean? Do elaborate.
She would always like jump on my lap, and we would flirt, and I knew she was like kind of looking for a kiss, but I was like almost a little too sy.
Shy or terrified?
Do you want terrified? I'll say terrified.
Okay.
She terrified me as well. And I kind of had a lot of, her and I all had a lot of fun. But yeah, it'll be cool to see her out of the house.
Yeah. Okay. We've got a question from Helios. This is a good one. Ooh.
All right.
If you were to continue on in the house, who would you have a showmance with?
Do you know what?
If you could choose anyone.
Do I choose Netta? She's a...
Really?
Yeah, she is a very, very attractive girl, and we were talking a lot, and we seem to have a lot in common.
What do you have in common? Tell me.
She owns her own business. She's very driven.
Yeah?
Loves to have fun. She's a bit of an introvert like me. We were both kind of like more so the quieter ones that would kind of listen to what everyone had to say. And yeah, we got along really, really well. And I wish I could have maybe been in the house a little longer just to kind of see what would happen.
Security, can we just double check that John Party is nowhere near this
Yeah,
building?
yeah,
Can
sorry.
we just double check that?
Yeah, sorry,
Excellent.
John.
You're good. You're totally fine. I've got a question from Anthony from Toronto was asking us, if there was a person you wanted to create an alliance with most, who would it have been? Who would it have been with?
Do you know what? I feel like Kevin, definitely. He seems like a very, very smart guy.
Yeah.
I feel like he would have done really well in mental challenges. We were really talking about maybe starting an alliance of just us two and going far. I really would have liked to see that happen. Yeah, Kevin's a great guy, and I wish we could have went far.
Oh, it's tragic. Okay, so we got from Cody Burns. Who do you want to see follow you out the door? Who am I going to be sitting down in this very place with next week on Thursday?
Once again, do you know what? I would have to say Ika. Just because,
really,
like I said, I really don't know where her head's at, and I do kind of have a sense that she was the one that voted me out. I could be absolutely wrong, but
so you're not sure.
That's the thing. It's just like I have no idea who voted me out. It was like such a toss-up. I know like some people that definitely wanted me to stay, some of the guys, but after that, like I really have no idea who was really gunning for me.
Okay, so when you have a 6-7 vote, you know the House is divided, at least on this one.
Yeah, exactly.
Clearly, some people were like, yes, he's gone, and other people were like, oh my God, what do I do, Mark? And what does this mean for all these, all of these alliances going forward? Do you think the House is going to stay divided based on what happened tonight?
Do you know what? I definitely think so, especially after tonight. There was definitely some people that probably felt like they were close, but ended up showing their true colors. I really think that's why everyone wanted to get like everyone's vote like out of the way and kind of know where everyone stands before our actual votes.
Right.
Where I wanted everyone to like kind of place their votes, like in my speech, I want everyone to place their votes on who would better their game. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people, and I say like some of the newer House guests were ready to just like follow another House guest, or more specifically, maybe more the veteran House guests.
Right.
So, yeah.
Oh my gosh. But so this is from Ken. He says, who do you see in an alliance from your POV? From your point of view. Got it. Oh, I was like, POV?
Yeah.
Power veto. Yeah, okay.
I definitely see Cass and Jackie. I feel like they have a really tight group. They're really going to build up from that. I'm really interested in seeing if the boys will stay in their alliance and if they'll grab anyone else with them. And also I see Gary and Ika. I feel like they're starting to get pretty close, and I feel like that could be an absolute powerhouse. I feel like they could really control the House at this point.
Oh my gosh. By the way, I do have to ask you, okay, because we watched, we watched the first episode, and we watched all of the vets walking in one after another, all the second chancers. Yeah. What was going through your head? I mean, so curious. People online were losing it, trying to like imagine what you guys were thinking when you saw, Ika walk in and Netta walk in and Gary walk in. What was going through your minds?
Oh, it was crazy. It's so exciting to have, like you said, people that have been on the show that you've watched before, like come into the House, and also that could also help you out and better your game. I'm by no means no super fan, so it was cool meeting like guys like from season 4 that I didn't really get to watch, and get to see like Dallas and stuff like that, and really establish like a really good friendship, and I'm just excited to see all of them like after all this is over. So.
Wow. Well, I'm glad you got to experience that. I mean, that's a dream for so many people.
Oh, yeah.
And to just be, playing in the same season with some of these icons. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Oh, it's huge.
From Rex, who has the most tension between them in the House? Ooh. Where do you see some cracks forming?
Definitely the Cass and Ika, especially since I kind of threw that grenade and ran. It was really, they were really the two that were button heads. I wouldn't be surprised if they continued that, and I feel like they're really going to be going after each other. I feel like that is a really big crack there. So
that, first of all, it's crazy that you said that, because those are two of the strongest personalities in the House right now, which means war.
Yeah, absolutely.
That will okay. Even though you're not in the House and you wish you were still in the House, that will still be cool to watch from home. No?
Yeah, I'm so excited. Do you know what? Like I said, after all that, I wish I was still there, but I definitely feel safer on this side than over there, because I can't imagine what's going on right over there right now. I'm not sure if everyone just quickly made up, but I feel like there's a lot of tension that is going to be getting built from this day. Yeah, so
this is a good show, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mark. I really appreciate you taking the time to just talk honestly about your experience. It was very illuminating. I just wanted to mention, don't forget, our next night for the show is Monday. That's our new night at 9 p.m. And also starting this Monday, you can go to bigbrothercanada.ca to enter the contest. And this is the best title ever, The Ultimate Fan Experience. And it is pretty ultimate. We're going to fly you to Toronto for the big finale in May. You get to live in the BB Can Odyssey for 24 hours like a house guest. It is pretty cool. So you can do that over at our website, all courtesy of The Brick. Thank you, Brick. And Mark, thank you.
yeah, thank you.
Awesome. See you next week, guys.
See you guys.